Hi, my name is Danny Tarkanian. I've lived in Southern Nevada now for over 35 years. I'm raising my 4 young children with my beautiful wife Amy here. I operate 2 different small businesses. One's a nonprofit where we work with young kids, teach them the life lessons in sports. I'm involved with several nonprofits here. I love this community. This community has been great to my family, and I, as many of you and many of this community, have been extremely upset and frustrated with what's happened with our elected officials, primarily in this last legislative session. I decided to run for office and try to make a difference. I think I'm exactly the kind of person and character that you would want in office. You want somebody who's resilient, who will fight back, who gets knocked down, handles adversity, comes back stronger than ever. And that's me, and that's what I'll bring back to Washington, D.C., along with my conservative principles. Thank you.
The political environment the way it is right now, I'll start from right to left, and there should be a yes or no question or answer. Make it as direct as possible, so as not be too ambiguous. Yes or no? Would you support doing away with federal regulations on campaign contributions and go back to a system where there's unlimited donations, no caps, with full disclosure, yes or no?
Jim, it's a little unfair to yes or no. The answer should be yes, and you've got to give a little explanation. Without this, these campaign finance regulations create these third-party PACs that create all the dark money where we don't know what's coming from. That's a big problem.
Andy, I'm going to direct this question to you. And what are your thoughts on the readiness of our current military, given the steep budget cuts that they've had in place recently?
I don't think we're anywhere near where we should be, considering the obstacles and the threats that we're facing today. We need to invest in our force and our weapons and protecting the men and women that are saving our country right now. There's ways to cut expenditures, not only on the domestic side, but even on the military side, getting rid of bases that are unnecessary in some places overseas, but certainly not where it matters most, and that's with the men and the equipment that they use to fight and protect us.
This question is for you, Danny. A lot of voter frustration on both sides. Too many politicians make promises they can't keep. Why would you be different?
Listen, I've been called a lot of things in my life, but one of them hasn't been honest and directful. And I get myself in trouble a little bit like my dad because we speak our mind and we tell it like it is. My father always said he hated phonies. He'd rather have people not like him but know what he stands for, and that certainly is carried over with me. Most people don't know what's happening in our CB3 race. We have a candidate that the establishment feels is the favorite and should win. But he's misrepresented everything he stood for when he campaigns and then went back to Carson City to the opposite. That's one of the main reasons why I got in this race. I think this individual would be the worst thing that could happen to our community if he wins. I'm in this race to stop, and I feel very good about our chances. Thank you very much.
This will be a yes or no question for all of you. At the federal level, would you support the federal government returning the lands back to the states' control? As you know, here in Nevada, 85% or more is controlled by the federal government. So what is your yes or no answer?
Andrew, with all due respect, if you have an answer to film the people to see, you've got to be able to explain it. My answer would be absolutely for anything that's economically viable, residential or commercial. But if you're talking about the protection of the environment, such as a national park, it should be left to the federal hands.
Given the direction our nation is headed in with medicinal marijuana and now recreational seeming to be more and more possible everywhere, the banking laws are very, very tough on those businesses, right? Yes or no, would you support changing the banking laws so they can transact business like a normal business?
Yes.
The likely Republican nominee right now is advocating for a wall to be built along the border. I'd like a yes or no whether you would, if you're in Congress, support his initiative to build a wall along the southern border of Mexico.
Yes.
My question is regarding women's rights. Starting with Mr. Schiffman, do you support abortion rights for women, and would you fund or defund Planned Parenthood?
No pro-life and no for Planned Parenthood. No federal dollars to Planned Parenthood.
Would you, as a member of Congress, vote to recognize, as an official of the U.S. government as a whole, the Armenian genocide? Yes or no? Given Turkey is our NATO ally and an ally in the Middle East.
First of all, that's yes, absolutely. But I'm Armenian. I just spoke at the Genocide Memorial. What a disgrace for anybody to say you wouldn't recognize it. It killed 75% of all Armenians in a genocide, and you wouldn't recognize it? Are you kidding me? Show some guts, United States, to stand up to it.
We have a very large homeless veteran problem in Las Vegas and in Nevada, period. There's lots of resources, and just if you're elected to Congress, or would you be willing to sit on some of the boards to help the homeless vet problem federally and in the state of Nevada?
Yes, I would.
Anything else? Support Common Core, yes or no?
No.
Okay, so yes or no question, testing your geography and foreign policy again. Yes or no? Would you recognize the nation of Kurdistan in the Middle East, given our ally is Iraq? Yes or no?
I think the people should decide that. And I want to thank all of you for giving us the opportunity to be here today and to consider us for a possible endorsement. Although I have never served in the military, I doubt there's anybody that has more respect for the dedication, the sacrifice that all of you and everyone in the military has provided to allow us to live in this country with the liberties and freedoms that we have. If I am fortunate enough to go back to Washington, D.C., we will not have a stronger advocate for veteran issues than myself. I think it's disgraceful that a country that spends money like we spend it on such wasteful things, provided to countries that are not friendly to us, giving handouts to people, and we can't take care of our veterans. It's a disgrace. I hope that I can get back to Washington, D.C. and do something to change that. I believe your endorsement would make a great deal of importance to my campaign, and I ask you for your consideration. I hope that you will do so. Thank you.